What's up, Ben? What are we working on today?
Fixing the lights in the garage.
Fixing the lights in the garage. We went shopping at the box store, and we're fixing the lights in the garage. The light fixtures are from the 50s, and they're kind of Art Deco like the 20s, but they're missing the diffuser lenses and stuff. And anyway, the transformers are burning out on them, and they're really old. So we're going to take them down, and what we're doing is LEDs. These are 4 foot, 20, what are they, 3200 lumen? Let's look at this real quick. So they're 3200 lumen, 4 foot long. We can add more later if we want. They've got a plug. So what we did here is we got, oh, she double bagged them for us. That's nice. We got the boxes. Instead of dropping them in, explain this in a second. Instead of just dropping them right into the fixture, these come with a plug for outlets. So what we did was we bought outlets. We're going a little extravagant. We got 2 gang boxes and then single gang adapters, like that. The outlet will go in there, and this will go on the outlet. So we're going to run the existing wires into, these instead of into the light fixture. And then we'll be able to plug them in, and then we can also plug in drop lights that way. What the single gang light switch box was for is somewhere in here we got a light switch. I'm really messing this up. We got a light switch, and we got that single gang box, and then we have the cover for the light switch. And we got metal. This is all out in the garage. It doesn't have to be pretty. It'll actually kind of look cool if we do it that way. So we got Romex. This is 2-wire con tierra with the ground. So they call that 2-wire. It's 3-wire in my book, but whatever. There's the where's the camera on this thing? Oh, it's by my pinky. So there's the conductor, the neutral, and then the ground. So what we'll do is we're gonna run one of the lights, run power to it, and then run it back to a switch, and then back. And the whole purpose of that is the 2 lights that we've had since we moved into the house. The 2 lights that we've had in front of the refrigerators and the washer dryer, and the one over my workbench area. Those will turn on and off with the light switch at the door from the dining room into the garage, right? And then they'll also turn on the one over the safes behind the couch, which we're going to move that out. But I want to switch down the wall where I can leave that off most of the time, because there's really no need for that much light in the garage, right? Plus, too, if I'm sitting out in the garage during the winter with the garage door open, I can leave that area dark back there and everything in front of it lit. Man, I wish this thing would focus and stay that way. What are you going to do? So that's what we're doing, and I say we. I'm providing instruction and direction. This guy right here is Senor Electrico for this job. He's going to be hooking all of this up and making it work, right? Do you know what you're doing?
Not really.
You will by the end of this job. So we'll catch up with you back at the garage. Oh, Benjamin. So, safety first, right? You inspect your ladder. Yeah. You want to make sure your A-arms are locked down, your braces, right? And you want to make sure that everything is level. All right. The next thing is we don't want to get electrocuted. So right now it's on.
Yep.
Now it's off. Now we can go turn the breaker off, but the breaker's going to kill power to like half the garage, including the refrigerators, I think. Or maybe not the refrigerators, but the outlet that we're running the washer and dryer off of. We don't want to do that. So what I'm going to go do is communicate to everybody in the house, do not come out and turn the lights on, because we're working this. It's not hot, it's going to be cold, but we're going to go over working things hot, and we're going to treat it like it's hot the whole time, because you never know what people are going to do. That's why lockout tagout is so important, because even if you go shut the breaker off, some people don't look at that and go, oh, I should go ask somebody what's going on. They go, oh, and they turn it on, and you got your tongue on the wire checking it for angry pixies, and now it does happen. I'm kidding, don't ever put it to me. Right back. So, everybody's been told, don't come out in the garage thingy with the light switch dealie. So now what you want to do is you want to unscrew those two. Yep. So you need a screw. You need a flathead or a Phillips? Top slot of this one is going to hook on the bottom one, and you're going to tighten it back up. That way you don't lose these. There you go. If it's right there in front of you, you don't have to remember where it's at. Right? Where the bend is, where that wire comes out, there's a hook, right? And then a pigtail.
Yeah.
Right? Right where it starts to bend the first time, you want to cut it there, so that the wire is straight. Kind of catch that with the other hand. There you go. Now put the wire in it back on. I'll do it. You feel it bite?
Yeah.
Okay. Give it a light tug. Just, yeah. It stays on?
Yeah.
You golden. Alright, we're gonna leave those two out. Now the white ones. Now you gotta push those down so that they're out of your way. There you go. Now do the white ones. Same thing. It takes a pretty strong grip to do that. There you go. You got it. That's what you want. Now use your You can use the side cutters on this. You see there's wire cutters on here, right? For you guys, there's wire cutters in this. Let's see if I can line this up. So there's the wire cutters. You can use the wire cutters on this, or you can use your side cutters. This is probably better.
This first we're going to use this the 2-gang adapter, the outlet, and the outlet cover.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well said.
Now you need Phillips.
Now you need a Phillips.
Yeah.
Do you know what a Phillips is? Out of all the places you guys leave my tools.
Oh, that's one of your nightstands.
I'll get it. Tell YouTube about that bucket. Oh,
This is the bucket I've been grabbing.
Tools out of?
Screwdriver from. Grab a flathead.
Do you remember where the bucket came from?
From a load.
Grandma Lois? Hi YouTube, I'm down here. So that bucket that he was showing you with all the tools. My grandpa Frank kept that for, you know, little things around the house. He kept that in the closet in the laundry room. And Grandma had it there for, you know, a couple decades after Grandpa passed. Anyway, whenever I would go over to help Grandma fix stuff at the house, that was the bucket that we pulled out of. So obviously after she passed, I grabbed that and brought it home. And the idea was to never really use the tools out of it, just to have them. Because I have tools, but any of you guys out there that have teenage boys in the house, you know how tools roam. When you have two boys in the home. Well, I fixed my bike and then left your crescent wrench in the street, or, you know, whatever. No, they're not that bad, but anyway, nothing's where it belongs, and I haven't been that great about it either. So, partially my fault, right? That's the truth. So, we got to mount the outlet, right? The outlet itself is going to mount to this adapter. Yeah, you got to move this. Get that out of the way. That's the very last thing that's going on. So the outlet itself is going to mount to that adapter. What you have to do first is, yeah, go ahead and mount it to the adapter, and then we're going to wire it. I think. No, you don't want to do that. You really don't want to do that, because you won't be able to get to the screws on the side.
Mount it.
You want to go ahead and mount this to the box. Yep. And then pull the wires out through it so you can work on them out here. So go ahead and do that. I don't know if you guys can see this, but these screws have this little jumper. So what we're going to do is we had 3 sets of wires coming in. One coming in with the power, one going out to the other. Juliana next door is a cute little kid. One coming in with the power, one going out to the other 2 lights, and then the one that was going out to this light. Well, we don't need the one going out to this light anymore because we're going to plug in with the boys in the way, with the plug that's back there. So all we need is to leave those jumpers in place. We're going to bring the hot one in. It's going to energize the 2 receptacles on this outlet, and then we're going to have the jumper go back to the other 2 lights, so they'll be run through this. Now, I did not bother GFI protecting any of this. I'm not going to really use these for power tools or anything in hand. We're just going to plug the lights in and that's it. So if I GFI protected this one, it would GFI protect everything downstream from it, all the other lights and receptacles that the lights are running off of. I didn't do that. I don't really have a need to do it, so I'm not going to worry about it. Anyway, boop, that's what we're doing. Dang, man. You work fast. I like that. So we didn't need to hang on to that after all, did we?
No.
Oh, well. It's still good practice to do. The silver screws.
Yeah.
Get the white wires.
Mm-hmm. And the
Yeah. See how these are silver and these are brass? The silver ones get the white wires. So the white screws get the white wires. And you'll notice everybody puts these like this because it's a cute little face, right? The thing is, if the plug is half plugged in and you drop something metal, like a keychain or something, and it falls across those two, it'll arc out, right? If you look at the writing on there, this is upside down. This is the correct way. And the reason for that is if the plug is halfway out and you drop something, it'll hit the ground and bounce off. Or the ground will hold it off of, or instead of arcing between the two and creating that kind of a short, possibly a fire, it'll arc to the ground and trip the breaker. So these always go in with the ground up. Everybody wants to put them like that because it's a cute little face. That's not correct. They go this way. Always. So now you know. Anyway, on the back here, you're going to plug a black wire in and plug a white wire in. I suggest you plug the two black in at the top, and then you plug the two, right? And there's a little tab here that you can break off. If you break that little tab off, that cuts power to the other outlet. You use a pair of needle nose to do that. You just bend it 2 or 3 times and it'll pop right off. The reason you would do that is if you want one of them hot all the time and the other one to be switched.
This one's this one we want black in, this one is white.
Yeah.
Silver.
The silver screws get the white wires. So put them both under the same screw. I don't want to jump them across that little tab. I mean, you can, it doesn't really matter. But all the screws get tightened. And then your ground wire goes around this and tightened. But everything gets tightened. Whether it's got a wire in it or not.
You want these two. This is ground and this is ground.
Yeah, go ahead and put them in the bottom. It's not going to hurt anything. So put the two that aren't capped, just to protect yourself, put your ground first.
To this.
Yep. Put your ground on. The longest piece of ground you got. Oh, I'll show you something on that too. That's why needle nose are so important and why I'm so upset that I can't find them. You really need the needle nose pliers for this job, dude.
Where are the black? Do you not have anything in there?
What's that?
In the black tool chest. One next to your feet.
I don't think there's anything in there. Is there?
I don't know.
I took it all out. It's all on my service truck. Oh, I'm going to show you. So this is what you want to do. I'm going to rotate this around. Oh, it didn't cut it. Oh, that's right. These are those kind. They're not going to. You got to really...
It's pressure.
You've got to really wank down on it. Okay. So I went and stole this off of the... I'm showing you too. Right? So you're paying attention? I went and stole this off of the fixture that we took down where we put that one behind him up. So... that's going to represent our ground wire. What you're going to do is grab that like that and then roll it around. Ooh. And that gives you a nice little hook that will go around the shank of that screw. Now, when you're turning the screw head's turning this way, right? It's going in. You're going to have it so that the screw head drags this along with it. If you go this way and go against it, it'll push it out. So we don't want it pushing the edge out. We want the screw head to go in and drag it around and hook it harder. Understand?
Look back to
So-
this one's
Hey, yeah.
interesting.
Now, I don't know if you see this, but what I was talking about, it grabbing it, hooking it around, that thing was just kind of hanging on there loose, and now it's like it bit in. So that's exactly what I was talking about it was going to do. All right. Yeah, now all you have to do is this ground that's pigtailed into the box. You're gonna put another pigtail on the outlet. It's gonna be this one, and then you're gonna wire nut the three of them together, and then you're gonna hook these into the outlet, and then you're gonna twist. The whole thing's gonna get twisted and pushed back in there, and then the outlet put on front of it. That's part of the reason I wanted the single to double. It gives you more room in the box, and it gives you more depth where the outlet goes. You shaking my camera, dude.
I'm sorry.
Oh man, I dropped it
Where?
right by the foot. Good lord, it's too hot to be doing this jump. We got in and out. We're gonna go eat hamburgers. We'll be right back. Frustration, aggravation. All right, cut the wire off. Cut the wire off. Just cut it off. Dude, there you go. Okay. If you remember, we have more of these in the. But really, as white as this black spot is, remember, it's from the metal to the thing. But if you really look at it, it's no deeper than this black is right here on the back of the outlet. So yeah, you need to do that. You need about there.
There.
There you go. Yeah, use your fingers, leverage just like that. I don't think you scored the insulator enough.
Yeah, no, it didn't.
Yeah, you have to go all the way around 360, otherwise it'll hang on one piece.
I think she's going to the wire.
Huh?
As I'm trying to do that,
Here.
I'm squeezing on it. I don't know.
Thumbnail. So now that's a little too much.
Yeah.
What'll happen is it'll bottom out here and you'll have conductor exposed. So you want to crimp it back about that far.
Oh.
Let me see, I can't see. Yeah, about like that. There you go. That's almost perfect, man. So you're going to screw this into the... Remember, you want to put that hoop in it. Same as you did with the back ones. Oops. Watch your camera work, Dad. There you go.
So it's on the...
About like that, but kind of see you've got kinks in it. You don't want, you want a smooth, big loop. and then it's going to twist around this way, and then it's got to go in there straight. So there you go. See how it's kind of lined up already? Now all you do is put it in there. You have to push the screw in. There you go. There you go. Oh, no. That's outside of the frame thing of the...
I can't see the frame thing.
I know. I'm in your way, huh? Okay, I'm gonna bend this a little more so that it lines up more. And then you put the... See what I'm doing here? You're gonna have to learn to use different fingers for leverage. I'm gonna push that in, and while I'm pushing it, I'm gonna push that in, and then it's... See what it did? You do it. It's a really annoying way to have to use your fingers, huh?
Yeah.
You can use your screwdriver hand to hold the screw in place. There you go. If you have to use two hands, you can. You don't have to hold the camera in place, so. Feel like it bit? Pretty sweet. Now tug on it. No, tug on it. Does it? If you pull on it, will it come out? You're probably good. So now the white one has to come around. Oh, same way. You got to put that hoop in the white one. And do you have enough there to? You almost do. You're almost long enough on the white one to do it. Man, if I could hold that camera steady.
Here?
A little bit. Yeah, it looks good. You only need a little bit off. And then you can use the line pliers, the big ones, to flatten it so that it doesn't have that little hook in it, because that hook's no good.
Get this.
You ought to be good there.
Step time.
Sorry about that blip there, folks. The phone got hot. I said, no, John. So we took a break. Get that little hook bent out of there.
Good.
Good enough. Right on. Remember to put that bend, that big loopy hoop bend in there.
Bit hard.
Yeah. It's the problem with solid core wire. You're gonna go like this, up and down, and like that. And you can kind of get it from there. You just have to force it. Make it happen, Ben.
Took a bit too much wire off. Or
Too much insulation off?
yeah.
How much is sticking out?
About the tip of the.
Just about like
About the tip of this.
about that much. Oh. Let me see.
You can't really. I didn't tighten it down.
Oh, you're fine. You can't, like, from this side, you can't even see it. Whoa. Yeah, you'll be fine. That's fine. It's just a very little bit.
can't anymore. Just turn the.
It's tight. All right, now account for your wires.
You got. Oh,
You got power and neutral coming in. They're attached, right? Which you just did. And then you got power and neutral going out to the rest of the system, and your thing should be good, right? Let's try it. Yeah, before we put it all in, we're going to test it.
plug it in.
Yep, go ahead and plug it in. There you go. That's the nice thing about brand spanking new outlets, huh? There you go. All right, your light switch is on.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Ooh, back down the ladder. That's the light switch as you're coming in. And whoop. Dang, Ben, check you out. Huh?
How would you finish this?
You're done, huh? Actually, you are almost done.
Yay.
Yay. All right, I'm going to kill the power. Boop. Now you got to unplug that. Whoa, I almost fell on my butt right now. Or on my head, actually. There you go. The screw is going to help you compress the wires in their loops that you built. Now do the top one for a bit, because you're not even started on it yet. I'm pushing real hard with my thumb. You can't tell that, but you have to really push against that. And then there you go. The whole time you're doing this, you got to keep an eye on your loops back there, that they're not getting pinched or kinked or. Nah, you're looking good. They're tight, but they're not bad. You also have to watch the tabs that you're screwing into, that they're not being pulled out, because if this locks up against the back and these start pulling out, then you deform the thing. You gotta take it all apart. No way, no.
Sorry.
Yep. You get them to the point where the screw stop, back them out 1/2 turn. You want me to go for a bit? Yeah. It's a lot, isn't it? And it's hot. You see what I'm doing? I'm pushing with the ball in my hand, and then I'm just using the fingers to turn. And I'm leaning against it a little bit. Camera work, Dad. Okay, see that? That's tight. That's tight. So now I'm gonna release it. Camera work, Dad. I'm gonna release it a 1/2 turn on both. Now this is a two-handed job. This will move back and forth, right? Camera work, Dad. Here's your screwdriver. This will move back and forth. So what you want to do is get it centered as best you can, and then hold it centered and tighten the top one. And it should only have to go a 1/2 turn to get it tight, right? Because you only opened it a 1/2 turn. Is it centered? You got to use one hand to center it. See how it turns? So right about there,
The center.
yeah, is center. You're gonna tighten it. And it should only take a half turn to a turn. There you go. Now you want to center the top one. There you go.
Yeah.
Now, what you want to do,
Oh God.
I'm going to stick this in here, right? You see how my arm's at length? And watch my body. I'm leaning against it, and I'm turning. I'm leaning against it, and I'm turning. I'm leaning against it, and I'm turning, and it's locked in. And I'm doing it one last time here. Camera work, Dad. All right. Now, that is really good, Ben. You did good on that, because they're lined up. See how they're lined up on either side? Now, when you stick your plate in, it won't look like a monkey came in here and beat it into place with a rock. It'll look like a professional did the job. Right? Use a flathead.
Flathead?
Yeah, a flathead won't really roll out. You can put more torque on a flathead until you can't. Fighting with you. He's fighting.
Well, I'm fighting with myself just to get it. Then that happened.
That's a junky flathead too. It's all old and beat. So you see?
I'm not helping myself.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's terrible. Alright, I'm going to show you another trick that Grandpa Carl taught me. Your screws all go the same direction. The flat of the screw. Oh man, that's gonna really hard to do. That's level, and that's level. This doesn't have to have a ton of torque on it because it's only holding this cover plate on, right? It is a safety device, but it's more than anything. It's just to make it look good. So the flats of the screws all go level with each other or up and down, either one, whichever your preference is. It doesn't matter as long as they all do the same thing. And the reason is you don't want it to look like a monkey put it together with a rock. Hold this, hang on. Oh, my feet. Oh, my feet. Good Lord, that hurts. All right, I'm putting power. Boink. And you're plugging in.
There.
Check you out,
Right.
man.
God. Now we're done.
Okay, check it out. How does it feel to complete the job, though?
Amazing.
Feels good, huh? You look over there, look what you just did. That's quality work. You did a quality job, right? I'll tell you what I'd like to do, because of how much light that's putting off in this dark space. We'll put another one right here.
Better?
Yeah. No, not now. Not now. But remember, you guys on YouTube didn't see us put that up, but that took what? 3 minutes?
A little bit.
It took 3 minutes. The hardest part of this one is going to be making it the same height as that one.
It's just been slanted.
Yeah. And then what's it going to be?
What?
Plug it in.
Okay.
That's it. If we want to come back later and change those a lot, all we have to do is run the screws out of the wood and put a longer light or wider light or whatever and plug it in. By putting an outlet there, you spared yourselves a lot of work in the future. I went ahead and rehung Ben's light. Ben's light. No, that's my light. I went ahead and rehung Ben's light, and yeah, I can't make it stop doing that, guys. I'm sorry. And then I went ahead and hung one of them. We bought three, one for each side and one for the back. I am used to there being a lot more light in here because we had the 4 8-foot long fluorescent tubes for the longest time. Oh, it's hot. It's like 90 something degrees. It's almost 100. In the garage, I'll bet it is. But anyway, we got those hung. You saw Ben do the wiring. And I think over the course of this week, we'll get these two hung. I'm going to go buy another one. I like these. They're small. They're very lightweight. We'll get another one hung over here on the workbench side. Let's move you over where you can see that. If the stupid thing would focus. Oh my gosh. There we go. So yeah, this is my workbenches. I'm gonna hang two to mirror those two over here. I guess that's a decent bit of light. You can see me all right. Not that you'd want to. But anyway, we'll get those hung over there, and we'll put that one on a switch. We'll put the middle one on a switch, and I'm probably going to put another one behind the garage door opener. And those two will be on a switch. That way, if it's just to come out, I can flip it on. The whole garage will light up if I want extra light, especially over this workspace. Ideas rolling around in my head. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, on the next one, we'll do one more video about this. I know this was long, kind of boring watching that. But I want Ben to learn how to wire in a light switch and understand how it does what it does. He kind of already does. He's wired in light switches, but this will be out where he can see where the wires are going and all that. It'll just reinforce it in his head. Both of the boys have changed outlets and light switches. They know how to do it, but a deeper understanding is always good. Anyway, in my mind, I've got to work out how I want to mount these lights because I think I can mount one here in the middle and one there and put both of them on a light switch. I bought enough Romex for it, and I'll tell you what's pathetic about holding stuff from old jobs. Somewhere here, I've got a big old roll of Romex. I have no clue what I did with it. So, buying more Romex. And then eventually we'll run outlets down to the workbench. When we install the workbench, we'll do that. So, anyway, I know it was long. I hope that was a little informative or enjoyable. I know there's a few people that'll watch that because I like to see Ben doing that kind of stuff. So. Yeah. Oh, what got cut off on the last bit, what I wanted to say before I go. Ben enrolled in a class, this is his first year of high school. He enrolled in a class called Ag Mechanics. So he's going to be learning how to work on things, small engine repair, basic electrical, welding. Way cool. We're going to have to buy a welding machine here in the next 12 months, I think, so that he can practice here at the house. As the weather cools off, it's like 100 something in here right now. As the weather cools off, we're going to clean this garage out, clear a lot of this junk out of here. A lot of good stuff in here, but a lot of it's just junk. We're going to get all that stuff out, make more room for the motorcycles, make it easier to work out here, especially with a new workbench behind me. Get a new workbench in, get these toolboxes underneath of them with the rollers on them. I think that would be kind of cool. So. Anyway, yeah, as he's going through that, he's part of the FFA now, which is kind of awesome. And he's wanting to be a welder when he grows up. I think that's going to be kind of cool. I think it's going to be kind of cool. I think it's going to be very cool. Welders make good money. It's a good, solid, honest trade, and I'm stoked. I'm stoked that he wants to do this. that's why he's doing this project. He's getting credit towards his class in school. He's logging all this stuff down. He's learning how to keep track of his time. And this is all going to be credit towards that class, and it's great. So, anyway, I'll quit rambling. I'm going to go pick up the rest of this and get a shower because you guys have a good one. We'll catch you on the next one.